Hello, welcome. My name is Leticia Yarbrough, and I am founder of iRise Wellness. And we have a special guest. Can you introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Charles Martin. I work at LinkedIn, and I'm so excited to be here with you, Leticia.
I am so excited to have you. So, we are going to talk about the benefits of having a LinkedIn profile and some of the nicks and crannies that you can benefit from an expert. Charles, if you could tell us what is the benefit of having a LinkedIn profile?
What's the benefit of having a LinkedIn profile? Um, there are lots of benefits, but I think the biggest overarching thing you want to know is your LinkedIn profile is pretty much like your digital resume. Um, it is a living, breathing sort of resume that you want to keep updated with. You want to keep as updated as possible because um, recruiters and hiring managers leverage LinkedIn to search for candidates for roles that they're trying to fill right now. So all of my clients at LinkedIn are recruiters, talent acquisition specialists, folks on the HR team who are desperately looking for you.
Well, not me, because I
Well,
got.
not you, but to our viewers, to those watching.
Yes, definitely. So talk a little bit more about how you can get some developmental skills from LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, great question. Um, so one of the other benefits of LinkedIn, aside from it being your digital resume and a social networking platform for meeting other professionals, uh, LinkedIn also has what's known as LinkedIn Learning. Um, and think of it as probably arguably one of the largest digital professional development platforms that I think exists. Um, there are courses, webinars, self-guided learning paths about pretty much anything that you would want to learn about professionally. So say you want to sharpen your skills in leadership, or say you want to sharpen your skills in you want to learn Excel better because you're working with data now, or say you want to learn JavaScript, you want to learn how to code. LinkedIn Learning has courses on all those things, and yeah, so it's definitely a powerful professional development tool via LinkedIn Learning.
And how much does that average? How much does that cost?
Um, so LinkedIn Learning comes with a premium account, and LinkedIn Premium is $30 a month, I believe.
$30 a month. And what are the other benefits of having a premium account?
Yeah. So with LinkedIn Premium, so obviously you get the access to LinkedIn Learning. Um, you also are given email credits. So we don't have DMs on LinkedIn. We have what are known as emails. So the benefit of the email versus a regular message is that you can email someone who you're not connected to. So say you're looking on the platform, say you're trying to get a job at Google or Microsoft or LinkedIn. Um, you could directly email a hiring manager, letting them know that, hey, I saw that you have this role open at Google. I meet the qualifications because of XYZ, and you can message that person directly. So I think that's an incredibly powerful part of the premium account. And you also can see who you can also see who's been looking at your profile. So um, like I said, recruiters are searching for candidates day in and day out. It's good to know if a hiring manager is looking at your profile, because if it's a role that you're interested in, you can message them directly and let them know that you want to take an interview. So premium is powerful.
Yeah, it seems powerful. It's a pretty penny, but it's pretty powerful.
It's a little expensive. It's expensive, but it's worth it if you're actively job seeking. I will say that premium is probably at your most benefit when you're actively looking for a job. I just as a person wouldn't recommend spending $30 a month if you're just, I mean, unless you're just really nosy and really want to know who's looking at your profile all the time. But other than that, you know, I say get it. Don't get it unless you're looking for a job actively.
Okay. And this time and era of this, we've gone through a pandemic and there has been a different of job searching. You use the term that what we're in right now. Could you tell us a little bit more about what that is?
Yeah. The Great Reshuffle. So we know from data, and we're seeing it on the news. We're seeing it, in the education space. We're seeing it in a lot of places that lots of people are taking a step back from what they're doing and really the pandemic really challenged everyone to kind of sit back and reassess, like, am I on the right path? Am I going down the right way? Is this really what I want to do with my life? And there's been more job change within the last 2 years than I think we've ever seen historically. So the Great Reshuffle, in that we're existing in that right now. I think now's a better time. Now it's more important now than any other time, in my opinion, to really try to reassess and make sure and learn new skills and get professional development. If you're not really happy with what you're doing, if you're in a role and you feel like you're in a rut and you feel like you're almost at a dead end, now's the time to take advantage, because everyone is switching roles right now. You can leverage LinkedIn Learning to gain new skills, get sharper at the skills that you're already good at, and really leverage that. Put that out there. Put that on your LinkedIn profile, and start sticking your resume out there.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, like, if you could say some do's and don'ts when you're talking about your LinkedIn profile for people that are maybe just getting started, maybe not using it as efficiently as possible? What do you think some do's and don'ts are?
Yeah, some do's and don'ts. Do get a professional headshot. Your LinkedIn is your digital resume. Your headshot is the first thing that hiring managers are going to see, other professionals who you're connecting with are going to see. You might have took some really nice photos at that wedding, but please, for the love of God, do not use that as your LinkedIn profile. Recommendations for the professional headshot: make sure it's a photo of just you.
Yes.
The very small circle that we're looking at on LinkedIn. And oftentimes hiring manager's not going to know who's who. So you want to make sure that it's just you in the photo. You want to make sure it's clear, a professional photo if you can. If you can't get a professional photo, find a friend who has an iPhone or a really, really nice Android, and just a blank background, like not too much flair going on. You kind of you want it to be a little boring, right? Yeah. Save the fun pictures for Instagram. This is for your LinkedIn profile. Another thing, you want to make sure that you have a nice professional headline under your photo. So it just needs to be a short sentence about maybe what you do, or it could be a series of words that maybe describe you. I don't know if anyone's taken like Strengths Finder or something like that. Sometimes folks put their strengths under their photo. But you want it to be unique and personal to you. Mine is connecting you to top talent with data-driven insights. That's what I do for work. uh, at LinkedIn, and
It's okay. You don't have to be that bougie, you know.
yeah, it doesn't have to be as elaborate as that per se, but make it unique, make it fun, but also professional. Um, if you can, another thing that would be beneficial, if you can have someone write you a recommendation, have them do that. Not only does that um, look good from a profile perspective, from a visual perspective, like you have a good, well built out, full profile, but it also adds a layer of credibility to all the great things that you have listed on your LinkedIn profile already. Um, when it comes to asking for recommendations on LinkedIn, it might feel a little cheesy to do this, but if you want to see success, I recommend this highly. Um, write the recommendation out for them and send it to them and have them, throw in their own flavor and ideas and other, they can wordsmith it however they want. But if you build a skeleton for them, or at least a framework that kind of takes some of the load off of the person that you're asking, and if this is someone who truly is recommending you, they'll kind of appreciate that, and they'll be happy to elaborate on what you've already sort of built out for them. So um, that's something that I would also recommend. So those are three little nuggets that I would start with. So those are some very high level, sort of, very starter recommendations for building out your LinkedIn profile.
What about some don'ts?
Some don'ts. Okay. You absolutely, well, we kind of talked about the headshot piece already, but you don't want to have you know, um, this is not the space to have a bunch of fun pictures on your profile. Oh, here's a don't. Um, don't leave out any professional work that you would want to showcase. So say you're an artist, say you have a portfolio that you want to share on. Yeah, so here's a good idea. A lot of creatives feel like LinkedIn might not be the space for them. I would argue that LinkedIn is a great space to showcase your artworks. If you have digital content, media content, if you have podcasts, if you're a musician, if you have any sort of creative works like that, do not leave that off of your profile. What hiring managers are looking at now they're looking at profiles more holistically, and they're looking for candidates who are more well-rounded. So you may have good professional experience and you feel like, oh, LinkedIn isn't the place to showcase, my art or showcase my creative works. And it is absolutely where you want to have that stuff displayed, because it gets circulated and it increases your chances in landing other roles that you might not even be privy to. So don't leave your personality off of your LinkedIn profile.
I love that. And I'm also thinking about the ways that I have capitalized on mentors on LinkedIn. Like if I was interested in a field and I wanted to know more about it, I reached out to people and said, hey, I know that you are in hospitality. I know that you are in education. Can you tell me more about your journey and your role? That has benefited me. And if you don't have a mentor, get yourself a mentor, because your LinkedIn profile should not have typos. That's a don't on my end.
That's a big don't, and it's your digital resume, so it does speak to your level of professionalism, attention to detail, all those things. So yes, as few typos as you can as you can make.
But I love this idea of creatives having this kind of platform to be more holistic in when they're applying for these jobs. I think the pandemic has allowed people to kind of highlight all of them instead of pieces of them, especially for people of color, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the whole mantra and mission behind LinkedIn is to create economic opportunity for the global workforce and to stimulate and generate conversation. Um, so it's a space not only to showcase your professional self, but to showcase your art and start conversation around your ideas. Even if you're not like an artist or a musician, um, if you have a podcast or you have a blog, it's a place where you can showcase your ideas and start conversations that um, and connect with folks who maybe agree with you or disagree with you. And whether they disagree or agree, I mean, it's a moot point, but the point is your ideas are being put out there for others to consume and think about. And I think that's a good thing.
So you talked a little bit about this great reshuffle. What are some things that people should know while they're in the job market?
What are some things that people should know while they're in the job market? Um, I think that they should know that I think that people should be open to new industries. Um, so speaking from a personal, I guess from personal experience here. So before I joined LinkedIn, I worked in the higher education space. So my master's degree is in higher ed administration. I worked at St. Louis University in the Office of Diversity and Community Engagement. So I did diversity and inclusion work at the university level. Um, and I loved what I did. I made great relationships. I had great relationships with the people I work with, great relationships in the community. Um, but you know, amidst the pandemic, opportunities sort of presented themselves for me. So someone from LinkedIn actually reached out to me um, on LinkedIn and asked was I open to interviewing for a role at LinkedIn, and it was very different. I was in education. This is the corporate customer success. I'm a customer success manager at LinkedIn. I didn't even know what customer success was before I started, and they saw value in me and the skills that I had because of what I had. I put everything, I put all of my experience, everything that I've done, I made sure that I communicated that on LinkedIn. And that's how they found me. They use keyword searches to find candidates that match up to the skills and qualifications that are a part of the job that they're searching for. All that to say, I'm being paid significantly more than what I was what I was while working in education. I actually work a little bit less, and I feel like I still am able to build relationships, do good. You know, I can do work that fulfills me. I do work that still makes an impact. I'm still able to make the same impact that I was in my previous role. And I think I'm in a better space now because of it. And had I been closed minded to the idea of new opportunity, I might not be here talking to you right now.
Absolutely. And I'm also thinking about this key thing that you said, like the keywords. So if you are in the job market for whatever field, go and search, you know, one of their job descriptions and make sure that your resume highlights some of those keywords. If you want them to start looking for you and seeing that your skills match up with theirs, if you have program on your resume, but they have events, or if you have coding and they have data entry, like you want to make sure that that language matchups as well.
Yeah, no, that is that's a key point, Leticia. Like I would even go as far as, say, for example, there's a job that you are really wanting to go for. I would search for someone on the network who is in that role currently, and I would take a look at their experience, and I would take a look at the things that they did in that role, and if anything like that, if anything within that explanation or job description is in alignment with skills that I've had or experiences that I've had, I'll use that language. So that's another strategy that I've used in the past.
It's called being resourceful, people.
Yeah.
Um, so this was a great conversation. Hopefully, people can take this information and be able to capitalize on that. Being able to, if they don't have those skills, being able to use the premium service from the LinkedIn Learning to build upon those skills for that future job of theirs. And as they are getting that transition, for the folks that are getting that transition into the job market, our newly graduated folks, to know what you're looking for and to know what that job description entails. So thank you so much for speaking with us today. If you can let people know how to find you on social media, that would be great.
Yeah, totally. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Charles Martin III. So the third is just Roman numeral 3. And yeah, connect with me and I'll follow you back.
Well, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Leticia. This was fun.